Race number 7 is the first of 3 Class 3s on the programme at Happy Valley. 1650 is the trip, headed by Flying Quest. Drops in class where he's won 5 of his 6 races in this grade. Uncle Steve's done all his winning at Shartin. Switches to the Valley. Holy Heart first up since April. Sacred Ibis so close after a daring move to hold off Naboo Star last time out. Went down fighting though, finished in 2nd place. Jolly Honour, 2-time course and distance winner last season. Prince of Frog rolled forward last time out, an improved effort from him. Wealthy Delight 4th, course and distance Heavenly Thought last time out, and down to Charizard, who switches from Shartin to Happy Valley, gets up from the 14 to the 1650. The 3, the 6, the 7 and 11 mark are the horses that have been up at Chungfra in the last month.
And the Harbour Handicap field settled down like this. Prince of Frog in front of Jolly Honour, Helene, Wisdom Star and Telecom Elite. Bit of a gap between the first 4 with the good to slow tempo. Wealthy Delight, Win-Win, Charizard and Uncle Steve 3 wide. Flying Quest, Holy Heart, Sacred Ibis hidden on the rail. He was going to the back last time, then he saw some clear air and took off mid-race, and it nearly paid off. He was run down late by Naboo Star.
Flying Quest is a horse who's been downgraded, so he comes down now back into Class 3 after running his last few at Class 2, and look, he goes nicely here. He's pretty fit horse now. This will be 3rd up for the season for him, so he looks good. Holy Heart, he's been up here at Chungfar, and he moves nicely in his work. Zach Purdon, will take them out, and the blinkers will come off him, and look, he goes nicely in his work up there, and he's a horse who looks quite forward for a good run. And Sacred Ibis will show him as well. Almost paid off last time. The daring tactics didn't quite in the end, but from barrier 2, it'll be interesting to see what they do this time. He should get a nice enough run, but he does get back.
Yeah, well, we'll have a look at Sacred Ibis in a minute. We'll start off, though, Mark, with Flying Quest. He's quite prominent here. We sometimes, particularly at Happy Valley, see him get back and flash home late. Yeah,
this was 2 starts ago. He's had a start since has Flying Quest, and that was in Class 2 as well. He was checked at the 400, faded, had some mucus in the system. Going off this Paul, a 4th behind Excellent Proposal in this field on the class drop where he's won 5 of his 6 races. He does get in nicely. He
does, doesn't he? And he's drawn quite nicely in 5, so it'll be interesting to see if they do ride him a little bit closer. But some of his, well, most of his wins in Happy Valley's been flying down the outside late, hasn't he?
All right, so we'll keep an eye on as far as that's concerned. Now, here is Sacred Ibis, Prince of Fog and Jolly Honour engaged as well, but Alexi Bedell, Paul, he's taken off early. It was a daring ride, and fortune often favours the brave, but not quite on this occasion as he's run down late.
Yeah, just millimetres, wasn't it, in the end? And you can see him taking off right now. He was going to be caught wide in that, and the pace did slacken, so Alexi took the bull by the horns. It was against his riding style, though. That's the thing, I suppose. But look, he could have easily won the race.
He went within a short head of being a hero, and the ride itself, it was daring, it nearly paid off. Sacred Ibis hit the front and didn't know what was happening at the top of the hill and thought, is this the end of the straight? He's fought on well. He goes up only £1 for it. He's drawn barrier 2. Alexi's aboard again. He trialled really well leading into that race. The start prior was over 1200 when he was first up. The 1650 suits again. Naboo Star has failed since, but it was on the all-weather, so I don't think we need to read too much into that. He should make amends this week.
OK, that's Sacred Ibis. And I thought Prince of Frog was a little bit better than as well, Mark. And we can have a look at Prince of Frog once more. Maybe not a better effort here, but Win-Win, what of his chances? This is 2 starts back for him.
His Happy Valley win was off a rating of 65. He ran 3rd behind The Rock, and then he raced wide when 8th behind Craig Starr. He comes from barrier 6. He's at 7.8 and 2.4, so he's been kept very safe early. And you're right, the Frog's going the right way. He is getting better and better. He should be. He's a stakes winner from Australia over here. He seemed to have gone better, Paul, the Frog, when he's ridden forward and handy.
Yeah, exactly. So I wonder from their barrier 4 whether they'll put Kermit in just behind there and give him his opportunity. But I did like Win-Win's run there, and I've got him in the numbers.
Wealthy Delight, lightly raced, up to the 1800 metres, 2 starts back, which I thought would suit. It didn't. They brought him back to the 1650, Paul, and again he ran well, placing 4th. Yeah,
so look, I've got him in on that 4th line as well, winning Wealthy Delight. He's only had the 4 starts, so he is entitled to improvement. There is definitely a racehorse there. He does hit the line strongly enough, I thought, in this one. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's right in the finish here.
Yeah, he was gone a long way out in that start over the 1800 metres. He was being hard ridden coming off the back at the big tree near the 600 metre mark. It's good to see him bounce straight back like he did last time.
Yeah, by Lord Canaloa, but assuming he throws the dam side because the damage by Deep Impact. Uncle Steve, Mark, what of him switching to Happy Valley?
Yeah, I don't mind him actually. He's only had the 2 starts at Happy Valley. They were both up in Class 2, so he has his first look at Class 3 at the Valley. I know he's always usually amongst Paul's selection, so we'll find out what he thinks of him shortly. 7th behind Circuit has the last time. Have you got him in this week, Paul?
No. I haven't actually. Barrier 10 just was a little bit awkward, I thought, in this, and I don't think there's going to be the fastest pace in this race, so I didn't really like him on that respect.
Yeah, he was good behind Excellent Proposal 2 back, but I think a little disappointing last time behind Circuit Hassler. What about Holy Heart, though, Paul? First up, when did we last see him? Back in April.
Yeah, April. So look, he's barrier number 1. I think his best runs have been on the all-weather. I know he did run a nice second at Happy Valley behind Blastoise, so he is capable on the turf as well. Jack Purdon's an interesting booking for him as well. I didn't get him in the end, but I'll be watching him with interest.
He's pretty luckless in that trial too. He went for the run-up on the fence and got chopped out and had to come out and around. He passed that one horse and they've added the pacifiers to his gear for his racetrack resumption. He
was always in the market last season. I think a few of us had a go at best betting him. Didn't quite get home, but Sacred Ibis, favourite this time round, Paul.
Yeah, I think he can atone for that short head of defeat last start, so I have got him on top, Sacred Ibis. I think Win-Win's the biggest danger, though, from barrier 6. I think he can run a really good race. Flying Quest, now downgraded. He'll just want a bit of pace on. I think that's the key for him. And then Wealthy Delight, he's improving all the time. 4, 7, 1 and 9.
Sticking solid with Sacred Ibis, he was all but home last time and then the booster came and got him right at the winning post. He'll bounce back here. 1650 is ideal. Weight is very similar. Draws even better. 4 on top, Sacred Ibis. To beat number 2, Uncle Steve. Pick him up, seeing Paul's discarded him this week. Both times, as I said, Class 2 have been at Happy Valley, which is the reason why he's got nothing next to his name. If he can get across cheaply from barrier 10, Flying Quest has excuses for that 12 next to his name, and Wealthy Delight bounced back and comes back to the 1650 like we saw when he did bounce back in that replay. He's in again. 4, he'll be the best bet to beat 2, 1 and 9.
Not too dissimilar for me. I've gone Wealthy Delight on top. We've all got 1, 4 and 9 in the numbers there in race number 7.